Good morning. Good morning. Am I here? Am I good? Can you hear me? Am I just in time? Goodness. Hey, I got to give you all a little disclaimer. We have a major storm where I'm at right now, big time, calling for tornadoes, and the wind is really kicking. So I may have one ear and one eye opened out here, like seriously, because I got to be careful to be aware of that. So anyway, I just want to let you know that's where I'm at. But anyway, hey, good morning. Happy Monday morning. My name is Chad Free, and I'm a wealth strategist. I believe true wealth is an abundance of anything you value and being in control of your money instead of your money being in control of you. So I think it's built from the inside out. And I wanted to talk to you today about some things that I've talked about before, but I've got a funny story to kind of start us out with. But before we get started, let's start with our affirmations. Affirmations. So we're going to all come off of mute. All right. And on the count of three, we're going to say this together. 1, 2, 3.
I am created
on purpose for a purpose. And you are created for a purpose. Good deal. Good deal. Let me turn the volume up here. All right. So I wanted to talk to you about beliefs, your identity, your attitude, and actions, and how all of those things relate. And if we talk about your belief system, I really think it starts there. It starts with that is something that you can control, is your beliefs. I've said this before. On a scale 1 to 5, 5 meaning absolutely no doubt, if you believe that you're created on purpose for a purpose and you're a 5, only you can turn that down to a 3. If you're at a 3, only you can turn that up to a 5. So it starts with your beliefs. And sometimes your beliefs are like the seeds that are planted inside of you in your life for way back. Because that kind of shapes who you become, what kind of person you are. It's like a tree. Plant an apple tree, it's going to be an apple tree, right? And then your attitude will reflect your identity. And then the fruits, your actions, that will come from all of those things. Now, funny story. I've said some funny stories that I thought were funny the past couple of weeks, but y'all didn't laugh as much. But I'm going to tell another one, okay? So, kind of funny. We're on our way to church yesterday morning. I have my oldest, his girlfriend, and my wife. We were all on our way, and we're coming up to a 4-way stop sign. And just before the 4-way stop sign, there's another road that comes out. And all of a sudden, it just inches on out right as we're getting, had to see us coming forever. But it waited till I got so close, and that's when it started to pull out. So I had to slam on the brakes. And not only that, there was another car coming the other way that I couldn't see because it was going so slow. And I'm like, what in the world? But I'm cool. And Clayton says, honk the horn, Dad, honk that horn. And so I kind of give it a beep. I'm like, you know what? I said, I don't get much road rage anymore. I said, things like that don't bother me. Give him a little grace. It's Sunday morning, whatever. So literally 50 yards up the road, we get to the 4-way stop sign. We're at the 4-way. That car goes on. Well, this other car to my right stops. And then all of a sudden I come up. Well, I ain't even got stopped yet. I'm not even up to the line. And that guy, you got to see this. He's making a gesture like, Go on. What's wrong with you? I lost it. I rolled down my passenger window and I was like, don't tell me. Like he understood what I was saying. Anyway, it was so funny because I just told my kids, hey, I don't get like that anymore. I'm kind of cool now, blah, 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 blah. But when it got personal and I took that personal from that guy, like go on, go. I ain't even got stopped yet. It was his time to go. Anyway, I thought it was funny. So we'll go on with our lesson here. All right. So Jade is the only one laughing at me. So let's talk about the beliefs. Let's talk about this belief system. All right. Where'd you get your belief system from? You think we was just born and we made it up? No, it comes from our upbringing. It comes from teachers. It comes from parents. It comes from our environment. All different experiences that we've been through. We spend our entire life trying to change our actions, but we never stop to see what's underneath. Where are these things coming from? Where are those actions, coming from? Well, I guess in that situation, I really didn't plan to talk about this, but I thought it'd be a funny opener. In that situation where they pulled out, I showed grace because it wasn't anything towards me, right? Maybe I don't know what happened there, but I just showed grace. That's fine. I'm not going to get involved in that. But then when the guy was doing this, maybe I took it personal, right? I don't know. I don't know where that came from exactly. But if someone, if someone like myself, that guy don't know me. I'm the one that took it personal. He might have been having a bad day. He might have been trying to get somewhere quick. I don't know. But I think that's how we approach life a lot of ways. And I think this is how success happens or failure happens is, again, it starts with our beliefs. And your beliefs will either repel opportunities or attract opportunities because you don't have to say anything, but people can see who you are and your identity. So let's talk about that. If someone believes that the world is scarce, they're going to act differently than someone who believes the world is abundant. Y'all have heard me say that, I got that from Myron Golden. When Adam and Eve were in the actual garden, he said, you can eat from any and every tree here. Everything, it's all yours. You can have it. But then when he said, don't touch this tree, they started focusing on the scarcity. Why can't I have that? Why can't I have that? They have to walk past all this garden that God gave them that was theirs, all this abundance, and they're tied up on this scarcity tree. Like, wonder why? You see how easy that is? I mean, when you're outside the frame, stuck inside the picture, you can't see the picture when you're stuck inside the frame. Sometimes that sounds crazy, but that's us. When we're stuck inside our own frame, we can't see that we're acting that way. But that's what we do. We want to know why. And then that entire focus shifted to that. If someone believes success is difficult and reserved for only a few people, they act different than someone who believes opportunity is everywhere. Put a 5 in the chat if you think opportunity is everywhere. It is. We were born to be creators, not reactors. Your beliefs are the starting point of everything. And again, most of our beliefs, we didn't choose them initially. They come from our experiences. They were given to us by parents, teachers, friends, past failures, all of that. And we repeat them so much that that's just who we become. They become a part of our actions. You stop saying, well, I had a bad sales week, and you start wearing it as an identity. I'm just not good at this at all. That's why sales is one of the biggest turnover. There's a lot of turnover in sales because people don't like rejection. Who likes to be rejected? And then fear of rejection starts becoming our mindset. And we want to retreat back to something that is comfortable, where there's no rejection. That's why a lot of businesses fail, because you got to put yourself out there. You have to put yourself out there. Instead of saying, I made a bad financial decision, or 2 or 3, people start saying, well, I'm just bad with money. I'm just bad with money. One is temporary and one is an identity. And when you start taking that on as an identity, trust me, you may not know what's going on, but you're repelling a lot of opportunities that are meant for you to be serving. I believe it with every ounce of my being. I've told you before, I used to be so, when my confidence was lower, when I would call somebody, hey, is now a good time? I mean, I'm exaggerating a little bit now, but that was my approach. I don't want to bother you. You sure right now? Look, they either can talk to you or they can't talk to you right now, but don't come in that approach, right? Come from a confidence standpoint. Your attitude really is basically like the emotional expression of your identity. But again, where does it all start? Beliefs. And you can control the beliefs. That's why I start out with that affirmation. I believe that I'm created on purpose for purpose. I already know I'm going to mess up. But I've got a purpose. Yes, I'm bold. I will fall flat on my face boldly, right? But I'll learn from that. That's feedback. Be bold in what you feel your calling is. Your identity. If your identity says I'm capable, you show up confident. If your identity says that I'm not enough, you show up hesitant. Same opportunity, 2 completely different attitudes. Believe in yourself. Believe in yourself. And in the sales, again, one of the best things that I ever learned from Coach Burt was some will, some won't. So what? Think about that. Some will, some won't. So what? You didn't lose anything because you never had them as a client in the first place. Attitude drives that final piece, and that's actions. If your attitude is confident, you pick up the phone. If your attitude is uncertain, you procrastinate. If your attitude is optimistic, you look for opportunity. If it's negative, you look for problems. How many of you know people who it's all negative? It's all negative. Well, I just don't think I can do that. I don't know about that. I don't see how you do it. I could never do that. Man, I could never do that. I could never do that. Well, don't do it. But I'm going to. So let's connect the whole thing. Beliefs become your identity. Identity becomes your attitude. Attitude creates your actions. So because your actions will always reveal whether you are in alignment or not, your actions are the scoreboard. If someone says they believe in abundance and operate in fear, there's misalignment there. So this right here is one of the biggest things that I believe can let you know if you're in alignment or not. I was way out of alignment when I rolled down that window and started pointing my finger at that guy after I just told the boys or Clayton that, man, I've changed here. You know what I mean? I don't get road rage that much anymore. But you got to look at that. There's a misalignment somewhere right there. I am not mechanically inclined. I've used this before, but if your car is pulling to the right just a little bit and you don't get it seen about because you're not mechanically inclined and you just kind of keep it straight, eventually there will start being wear and tear on your tires. And if you continue and continue and continue, then something that will lead to something else. And then if you continue, you could end up having a blowout and in the ditch or maybe even dead. You've got to pay attention to where there might be misalignment. Just because you're not mechanically inclined, your car is telling you something. You need to get it seen about. You keep procrastinating and putting it off. What is it in your life that you're putting off? We need to take time to ourselves. Stop being so busy. We got to get here. We got to get there. I just don't have time. A lot of us do that with cars, with the alignment. But I'm telling you, the car will continue to go, but it will continue to show you signs. And if you ignore it, it could be devastating. That was me in my life so long. I operated on knowledge and skill. I depended on that, but there's 4 tires on a car, right? I was ignoring my spirit and my heart. That confidence that feeds the desire in your heart. And when you have the desire in your heart, you thirst for knowledge. You want to become better because you realize you have a calling on your life, whatever it is. And you're exploring and you're creating. That's alignment. I get out of line often. My wife will tell you I get out of line every day, right? But I don't think I've ever been more in alignment in my life. And now I see where I start getting out of alignment. And I put immediate attention to that. Alignment is huge. I'm just telling you. And it starts with your beliefs. So I'll go back and ask you, do you believe that you're created on purpose for purpose? That's not just my saying. Man makes many plans, but God's purpose will prevail. I'm telling you, you get in line with what God already has planned for you, man, good, great. Watch out. Watch out. We all want peace, right? And peace, that comes from different things. Am I doing what I'm supposed to be doing? Am I protected? Am I this? But everybody wants to jump straight to peace and they want to ignore all this other stuff that's alignment. You can't do it. And I'm telling you this because I love you, not to tickle your ears. That's just the truth. And sometimes we have to fall on our face and we have to experience that disruption in our life. Our heart has to break before our eyes can be opened. So I get on here Monday mornings and y'all see I'm getting a little yayed up again. And I say, wake up, wake up, wake up. I had a slow start because see all these, I don't know if there's a tornado going on or not because I have a one-track mind. I want to focus on y'all, but I kind of need to be in tune with what's going on outside, right? If my hammock starts flying through the air, I need to say, hey, I need to make sure my family's safe, right? But I'm telling you, it starts with your belief system. And when you truly believe that God has a plan for you, I believe he will unlock the potential that's inside of you that maybe you did, maybe you didn't even know existed, that gift. And that gift that I'm talking about is not a skill. It is a gift that's not learned, earned, or even deserved. But he's not going to reveal it to you until you completely open yourself up to him. And that's where power kicks in, man. You start walking in that confidence, and now all of a sudden, people are attracted to you. They want to know what you do. It's not cocky either. Let me tell you right now, it's not cocky. It's confidence, not in who you are, but whose you are. Now God can use me to help the people that he put on this earth for me to use. I mean, to serve, excuse me. That sounded really good as a financial person, didn't it? people that I'm supposed to be using. Who's my next victim? No, for real. I truly believe that. I believe that. What I meant to say. I believe that. Right? Confidence. It's a quiet confidence. So let's just talk about it again. What is it underneath the surface? What is it underneath the surface that you need to pay attention to? What is it? Who's got my money? Right? Who's got my money? Guys, what is it underneath the surface? You trying to please somebody still in your life? You still looking for somebody's approval in your life? You still wearing an identity from a past failure? Brock said this one time, and I can't repeat it exactly, but no, he said it several times. Broke is a season, poor is a mindset. Is that right? Yeah. Broke is a season, poor is a mindset. You need to recognize the two. When your beliefs change, everything downstream changes. That's why, so check this out. That's why I talk about purpose most all the time. And I just talk about, you notice I don't talk about script. See, that's Brock's deal. I don't talk about skills. I don't talk about a whole lot of knowledge. I talk about purpose. In my opinion, that is the domino effect. I mean, you still have to take action. Don't get me wrong. But I can't teach you all this other stuff if you don't believe it in the first place. It starts with that foundation, because when you mess up on your skills and you mess up on your knowledge and you fall flat on your face, if you've got purpose in your life, you bounce right back up. Next, let's go. Get back on that horse. Get on going. I'm telling you, it's a whole different ball game. But if you don't even believe in it, you don't have a desire to do it, you're going to lay there a little bit. I just can't get it right. Right? Yes or yes. That's true. You got to get after it. All about purpose. Your identity shifts, your attitude shifts, your action shift, and suddenly success feels less like force and more like, guess what? Alignment. Not just what do I need to do differently this week? Instead, who do I need to become this week? Because when you become that right person, the right decisions start showing up naturally. It's the domino effect. It's alignment. If y'all watch NASCAR, when they drive them like Talladega and Daytona and all that, they get in that draft, man, they're faster when they're in that alignment. Because you become the right person, the right actions start showing up. Your beliefs, identity, attitude, and actions are aligned. That's when momentum happens. That's when confidence grows. And that's when success becomes sustainable, a way of life. Pursue your purpose. God will unlock your potential. You'll realize who you are. You'll be present in opportunities. You'll start seeing opportunities all around you. Instead of focusing way out here, way out here, way out here, you'll start seeing opportunities right here. You'll also start seeing blessings that right in front of you. And you won't be like me throwing the football with my kids, completely consumed about the deal closing tomorrow. Pursue your purpose. God will unlock your potential. You'll be present. You'll be profitable internally and externally. It's not just your bank account and what you got. There's something about that internal profit, right? It's like an iceberg. You can only see the tip. See, people only see you stuff up top. That iceberg is a whole lot bigger down there below. That's where that peace is. That's where that being present is, that purpose. That's the foundation. So you'll profit internally and externally. And guess what that leads to? The very top of the pyramid, peace. Everybody wants the peace. So guys, I think we've made it. I hadn't seen any hammocks or any bicycles riding through the air. And I'm still here with you. So I hope you got something out of this. It was a slow start, again, because I'm human. I had to have my antennas up, you know what I mean? Just to make sure everything's good. So thank you for giving me grace this morning to, have the slow start. But I got yayed up at the end. So anyway, I hope y'all got some. Anybody got any feedback you want to give me? Anybody gone through that? Anybody can relate to that? Anybody need to relate to that? All right. Appreciate y'all. Thank you.
Don't hang up. Don't hang up.
Hey, Justin Kane, I won't hang up, buddy.
No, you said something when you're in sales, when you're in the pits, you feel like one day you might not make another sale, but I changed that mindset a while ago and just come in the same way every time. And what'd you say Bert said?
It cannot take that the brain pen is in
Like some will, some won't,
Some will, some won't. So what?
Yeah, and ever since I've had that attitude, I've seen my sales just go up. It's been great. So I appreciate you
That's awesome.
coming on here.
Yeah, man. Thank you, Justin. Appreciate it. Appreciate you. Derek said something one time too that I really like. You're willing to help anybody, but you're not for everybody. Move on. Let's go on down the road, baby. Get out of the way. You only work with serious people. Now, if you're serious, I want to help you. That might sound cocky, but hey, I got people I got to help. Get out the way. Move. What's that song? Move. Get out the way. See, I got that. I can sing country and I can stuff back there. Anyway, guys, appreciate you. Y'all have a good one. Y'all take care. Have a good day. Be safe. If the weather's coming your way, just be aware so you can be prepared. Appreciate you. Be on tomorrow morning, 8:15. Brock the Rock. We'll holla. See you. Bye-bye.
Have a good one. Thank you.